beautiful souls. I am Valeria Maritza at Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. Today, I want to talk to you exactly about what this means about being an infinite being of light. And what does it mean to be in the flow? So, being in the flow, they're telling me to speak about this first. So, being in the flow is when things are happening for you at rapid speeds, when things are just moving on forward. You do one thing, something else shows up, you take action, and then the next door opens up, and then you just continue to move really, really quickly, and everything that's happening happens with excitement and love and flow, all this speed, and you're moving to the next level in your life, in your experiences, in everything you do. That is being in flow. And how does that happen? How do we know we're in flow? How do we know how to get into the flow? How do we tap into this flow? It's by connecting with your intuition. Your intuition, your higher self, God, beings of light, the light above us, whatever it is that you believe in, that you are working with, that you are using on your day to day basis to manifest, to ask for help, whatever it is, right? You connect with that part of you. And this is where becoming or acknowledging that you are light being, a being of light, an infinite being of light. This is where this comes from, right? The creator, whomever it is that you believe in, that you're working with, created you in the way that they were made as well, in their own likeness, right? And that means that you are part of the divine. You are not separate from God, the light beings, your higher self. You are one in the same. This is the part that is really coming together right now. For hundreds of years, we have been living in this separation of believing that we're here and they're there, that we're less than and they're better than us, that there's this whole huge separation. When in truth, we are all the same. We are all divine. We are all one. And that means really that anything you do, anything you believe, anything that you want to do, those thoughts that you have in your head, like, oh, I think I could do that. I would like to do this. Those are whispers from your soul, from your higher self, from God, of letting you know that yes, you are aligned for this. You are aligned for that great, amazing life that you have been dreaming about. Why? Why would you have these thoughts? You have the thoughts because they are possible. Why are they possible? They're possible because you are part of the divine. There is no separation. You are all in the same. All is one. We are all one. All is one. Everything is one. Does that make sense? These sentences that you have heard or read of before while meditating or going to places that teach this. I heard this sentence about, I would have to say, some 15 years ago when I went on a meditating retreat in Virginia. It was amazing. And what they were teaching there was this: all is one. I am one. All is one. I am all is. And I said this and repeated it with the meditations, and I brought it with me, and I continued to say it and invocate it and all of those things for years. But it never really made any sense to me, or actually, I didn't get it. I didn't get it, right? All is one. I am one. I am all. All is one. All of those things, right? It didn't make any sense. Like, what does that actually mean? I don't understand. How am I part of you? How are you part of me? What about people I don't like? What about people who are doing things that I don't agree with? How is that part of me, right? Well, there is no good without bad. There is no bad without good. There's always these polarities. There's always these differences so that we can tell the difference, so that we can grow, so that we can expand to the full extent that we are meant to be, which is pure love. We were created in pure love, and that's what we're working towards, to returning to be pure love. So when we passed away, when we cross over from this three-dimensional life, when we leave our bodies behind, our eternal, infinite soul continues on in pure love on the other side. And we're still here, we still exist, we're just living in a different realm. But now, getting off subject again, I tend to do this a lot when I'm channeling. But what it seems to be, and what they really want me to tell you, is that because you are of the divine, you are this infinite being, you have so much more wisdom that you give yourself credit for. You have done so many things in past lives that you don't remember. And you're here in this life learning the new lessons that you came here to learn and experience. And why would we want to do this? Why would we choose experiences that are difficult, that are hard, that are hurtful? Why? Because that's how our soul expands. This is how we're able to learn to feel. When we are out there on the other side, when we are souls and we don't have a three-dimensional physical body, we cannot feel the same way as we do on earth. We cannot taste things, right? And so we decide and we choose to come here on this earth to learn the lessons that we have chosen to learn, because we want that experience. We want to expand. We want to see what it's like. We want to evolve as a soul. And so whenever we have a thought, an idea, a feeling inside of us that we want to pursue, even though it may be very, very difficult for us because of the way that we have been brought up, or the way that we have been brought up to believe, the way that the society is around, the church is around, our parents, whatever it is, the school, the way that we have been taught, that we have believed because it was taught to us that way. When we have all of those things and our soul is yearning for something completely different that does not align with the things that you have been taught, it's there for a reason. The reason is you chose to learn that. You need to do that. You want to do that so that your soul can evolve at this higher level. It's all good. It's all good. Whatever you choose is good. You are amazing. You are brilliant. You are just pure, pure love. And when you connect to that inside of you and you see who you are, you can feel that love within you, then everything makes sense. Then you're not scared to show up as the true self that you want to be in this life. You're not scared to speak up, to say the words that were forbidden before, to express your opinions about whatever it is that you are wanting to express, because deep inside you know that it's true for you, and you want everyone else to know and align with this as well. So you want to share this, you want to share your passion for whatever it is that you are choosing to learn here. And so, once you have that feeling inside and that knowing that you are an infinite being of light and that you're here to learn the lessons that you have chosen to learn, then you're like, okay, now how do I do this with ease and grace? How do I do this without having to go through all the pain, through all the hurt? How do I do this? Well, number one, you can ask for it. You can ask your guardian angel, who has been with you for since the beginning of your existence, all of the past lives and all of your future lives, all at the same time. You can ask them for help and guidance as to what's my next step? Where do I go? Show me something. And please, can I please learn my lessons without the difficulties, without the pain, without the suffering, to the level that I have been suffering? You can ask for this. And then let it go. That's how you receive. Now, how do we receive? We receive in unexpected ways. If you are waiting for a huge, gigantic sign, an angel to show up in your bedroom as you're invoking and asking for them, for their help, if you're looking for this huge light to appear to you, for a voice to speak to you in your ear, the way that I am speaking to you now, that you can hear them that clearly, it may not come that way. The universe, your higher self, God, speaks in subtle ways, in ways that are basically ordinary and all around you, and we keep missing them. So begin to take notice when you start seeing the clock 111, 222, 333. Yes, those are the angels speaking to you, letting you know that you are on the right track, that they are right there with you, supporting you. Perhaps you see a bird and you think of someone in your life who has passed. Yes, that is their spirit coming to tell you. When I see butterflies, I know it's my father. I know. I just know. That's him. He shows himself to me in the butterflies. They come to me, they fly around me, they show themselves. That's him. I know. I have that direct connection. That's what it is. So he's not showing himself to me as a ghost or as a figure or as his voice speaking in my head or in my ears. He's showing up to me in a way that makes sense to me. And I'm not going to go into details as to why it became a butterfly and why he is a butterfly, or how I know it. I just know. I can't explain to you how I know. But you'd have these things too. You start taking notice of them. And then here's the key. And I have spoken about this before. Take action. When something shows up for you, you're asking the angels, God, heaven, your higher self, for direction, for help, for something, for some sign, so that you know what to do next, or how to go in your life, right? You're asking for this sign, and what happens is the universe delivers. I was telling stories to my son yesterday about my dog, my first dog, and my first cat. And I was just telling stories, about my childhood and things, and he was really loving it. And I was really thinking about these animals that were in my life that, have since crossed over. And within an hour, not even, I picked up my Kindle. I was going to read something, and when I opened it, there was a commercial. There's always a commercial on my first page when I open it. And the commercial had, no kidding, a picture of a dog that was the same breed as my dog, and a cat that was the same color as my first cat together. And it was some commercial about, I don't know, something about the teeth of the animals, to take care of them. But that's not a coincidence. What that is a sign from them letting me know that yes, they were there, they were with me, they hear me talking about them, and they're here with me as well. Not a coincidence. That's a synchronicity. That is a way of them communicating with me. And you have these signs all around you. And so yesterday I was doing my automatic writing, and in the message, it came really clearly. And this is why I wanted to come today and talk about this, about how it feels when you are in alignment versus when you are not. So, when you are in alignment, and I just spoke about this, everything flows. New opportunities show up, you take action, it takes you to the next level. Everything is just going so easy and so quickly, and it feels light. It's like, wow, look at that. Whoa, the angels must be with me. So I'm blessed because look at all of these great things that are happening in my life. And one thing leads to the other, and you're moving forward fast, right? You can see huge events unfolding in front of you, in your life, that are bringing you from where you were to where you're going in really supersonic speed. And if you think about this now, you can probably think back about a couple of times in your life where things happened for you like this. Perhaps you decided to move to a different town, and as soon as you made the decision, somebody offered you a job in that new town, and then someone decided to go with you and make the trip easier, and then you decided to take that, and then you both found an apartment really quickly, and then you began your life there, and everything happened within 2-3 months, like flowing. Amazing, right? That's what being in flow is. That's when you get that thought, for example, the one, let me move to the new city, and you take action and you decide I'm going to do it, everything else starts to show up for you. Then you acknowledge it, you take action, and then that's how you move. On the opposite way, when you're not aligned, things happen slowly. It feels heavy. And at the end of the year, you have barely moved from where you started. That is what being out of alignment means or feels like. And being out of alignment means that you're following a path that is not the best for you. So you're going to get to the end, to your destination in this lifetime anyway. You can take the direct way, which is a straight, painless, easy, flowy road. You can take a road that is curvy and it goes around on the sides of the straight one. Or you can take a complete detour that goes down and around before it goes back to the top to the end of your road. And it could be painful and it could be slow and it can even feel like you're going backwards. They're all going to the same destination. You're going to get there anyway, but you can choose which road to take. So when you are off course, you're taking the long road, you're taking the one that's going down and up and sideways before it gets to the direction that you're supposed to be going to in order to get to where you really want to be. That is what it feels like when you are not aligned. For example, let's say you decide that you want to study something in a university and you go to the university and you're really not liking the lessons, or they're difficult and you are spending so much time and you still feel like you're not learning enough. That's out of alignment for you. It's hard. It's hard and it's not pleasant. And you're not moving forward. You feel like you're at the same spot over and over. You feel like you're repeating the same thing over and over. You feel like you haven't advanced or moved forward from when you started. As in, I went through the whole semester and I actually didn't learn anything. I just got by. Maybe I got good grades, but I actually didn't learn anything. Here I am, I passed, now I have this degree or this credit for my course, but what does this actually do for where I want to go? That's what it feels like. On the opposite side, if you're in a class that you just love to be there, the time goes really fast, everything is flowing, you get everything done, you're learning, you're growing, you're advancing, and then at the end you're like, oh my gosh, that was amazing, and with this class now I can do this other thing, right? That's the difference. Big difference on how it feels for you when you are in alignment and unalignment. Unaligned. And the other thing that they said was that when you are not aligned with the things that you want to do as a soul, you are constantly doubting yourself. Was that the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Should I? Could I have? Maybe all of these doubts have and maintain you thinking of the past, doubting you, doubting which way you're going, and it feels heavy. And it takes a lot of energy to doubt yourself and to think back what could have been if you had done it differently. And if you had chosen something different. All of these thoughts of regret, of doubt, of self worth take a lot of your energy when you're thinking back. And you're thinking back, therefore, you're putting your energy in the past, which is why you are not advancing. You cannot advance if you're putting your energy on the past by thinking and doubting what you did before. This is why it's so heavy. This is why you don't move. This is why you're not aligned. Your soul, your higher self, God, is constantly here with you because you are part of it. So you cannot be separate from them. Giving you hints, whispering in your ear as to what the right place or the best place for you to go next. What's the next step? What is the what is best aligned for you to move forward with ease and grace. When you listen to them, the next thing shows up and everything moves quickly. When you don't listen to them, that's when things go slowly. And that exact thing is what makes you doubt yourself. You're doubting yourself because your higher self is continuing to tell you the same things they told you when you made this decision. If they're saying, go to the beach, that's the best way for you, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go to the forest. Yeah, I'm going to choose the forest. You start going towards the forest, and your higher self's going, really, the beach will be much better for you. And that's where the doubt comes in. Should I keep going towards the forest, or should I? Well, I already started coming this way. It would take me much longer now if I turned around and I went to the beach. So I'm just going to keep going. And then your higher self comes back and says, really, you went to the beach, everything would just flow for you. And you are like already at the forest, and you're like, well, here I am. Yep, I chose this. This is amazing. I feel great. I wonder how it would be if I had chosen to go to the beach. Doubt. That's your doubt. The doubt only comes when you are not aligned. On the other hand, if you heard, go to the beach, and you went, and you get there, and you're like, amazing. And you never even think twice about, maybe I should have gone to the forest instead. You never think twice about it. You don't start thinking back and doubting whether where you are here right now at this moment is the right place. You know why? Because this is the place you're supposed to go. That's being aligned. Do you see the difference? So, as soon as you decide to start living in this way of awareness, of listening to your intuition, of following the hits of what feels good for you, and you take action on them, then your life starts to unfold easier, faster, with more joy, more peace, and love. And when you find yourself doubting, going back in your head and asking, was this the right thing? The fact that you are asking is giving you the answer that no, that was not the best way for you to get there. It's a way to get there. You'll still learn. It will just take you longer, and perhaps it might be harder for you to get to the part that you want to actually get as a complete evolved soul. This is how you know. So now you know. You are a divine being of light. You're an infinite being of light. And all of those thoughts and feelings that come into your head are the whispers of your soul guiding you. Become aware of this. Become very, very in tune with it. And begin to follow those thoughts, begin to follow those feelings, and you will see how life begins to feel so much more aligned and happy for you. That is the message for today. I really hope that this made sense to you. Send me any questions about this that you have, or any other episode. Let me know what I can answer for you if you have questions if arising when you are listening to this podcast. Okay? And with that, much love to you, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.